Hello English learners, welcome to Daily Video Vocabulary. Episode 11. Well, today's new word is never mind. Never mind. Let's find out what it means and how to use this phrase in your daily conversation. Never mind. This is a very common phrase we use in our conversation for telling someone not to worry or not to be upset about what happened. It basically means, don't worry, or forget about it. Well, it can also be used for telling someone that they should not worry about something because it is not important. Now, let's listen to some example sentences to understand how to use this phrase in your daily conversation. Example 1. Someone stole my wallet.
Oh. Never mind, here it is.
Example 2.
Can you get some milk on your way home?
Never mind. We still have some milk in the fridge. Example 3.
The paper is jammed in the printer.
Never mind, I will take my prints later. Welcome to Daily Video Vocabulary. A dose of daily new English phrases and words. Hello, English learners. Welcome back to Daily Video Vocabulary. Episode 12. Today's new phrase is, don't beat around the bush. Do you know what it means? Let's find out. Today's phrase is one of my favorite. It's something we say often when having a conversation, and we want the other person to just tell us what they are talking about. So, beat around the bush, or you can say, please, don't beat around the bush. It means not being direct, or they are not telling you something immediately, or not stating exactly what they mean. I am not sure where this phrase comes from, but when a person has a hard time explaining what he has to say, he is beating around the bush. That is, not saying directly. Well, let's not beat around the bush. Let's look at some example sentences on how to use this phrase in your daily conversation. Example 1. Stop beating around the bush, and say, you want votes from us. Well, generally politicians beat around the bush to please voters. Example 2. Why don't you just come out and say what you want to say? Stop beating around the bush. Example 3. She tried to beat around the bush, but her mother knew better and forced the truth from her. Episode 13. Today's new word is whiz. Well, whiz is a strange word. Let's find out what it means. Whiz. Whiz is an adjective used to describe a quality in a person. Whiz comes from the word wizard, which means somebody is really good at something, or you can say, somebody can do an activity very well. Whiz is an American slang used to describe a quality in a person, to perform strikingly excellent. Alright. Let's understand this phrase further, with some example sentences. Example 1. David is a computer whiz. He is really good at networking solutions. Example 2. Sheila always stands first in maths. She is a math whiz. Example 3. Mr. Shah is good at market analysis. He is a stock market whiz.
Episode 14. Today's new word is prestigious. Do you know what it means? Let's find out what it means and how to use the word prestigious in your daily conversation. Prestigious is an adjective Something that is prestigious has a good reputation. For example, some universities like the Harvard and Cambridge are considered to be prestigious. Or Nobel Peace Prize is considered to be prestigious. Prestigious means very respected, or you can say, very well known. The synonym of prestigious is esteemed. Well, prestigious is an adjective used to describe something that is respectful, well known, or has a good reputation in the society. Let's look at some example sentences on how to use prestigious in your daily conversation. Example 1. Amitabh Bachchan is looked upon as the most prestigious actor in the Bollywood. Example 2. Barack Obama is very prestigious, because is the President of the USA, he also went to a very prestigious university. Example 3. Mary studied at Cambridge, a prestigious university in the world.
Hello, English learners. Welcome to Daily Video Vocabulary. Episode 15. Today's new word is run into. To run into. Or you can say to run into something. Let's find out what it means, and how to use this phrase in your daily conversation. To run into. Or to run into something. Well, let's take an example here. I ran into some problems. So, what does it mean? It basically means, you meet some problems. Or to start to have trouble, difficulty or some problems. Run into is basically a phrasal verb. Many students say, I met some problems. Which is completely wrong. You should never say, I met some problems. Instead, you should say, I ran into some problems. Or I ran into a problem. Which is correct. Now let's listen to some examples on how to use this phrase in your daily conversation.
Example 1.
John ran into some problems with his project after he lost sponsors.
Example 2.
If you are not careful now with your eating habits, you can run into a lot of problems later.
Example 3.
I ran into some problem with my Xbox PlayStation.
Example 4.
I ran into some problems while installing updates for Windows XP. Well, if you install a pirated Windows XP, you will always run into some problems. Today's new word is vacation days. Let's find out what it means, and how to use this word in your daily conversation. Vacation days. So, what are vacation days? Vacation days are basically the number of personal leave days that the company allows you to go on a vacation. In other words, vacation days are the number of days you can take to go on a vacation. Generally, companies offer 10 vacation days to their employees in a year. But some companies even offer 15 or 20 vacation days in a year. Alright, so now let's listen to some example sentences on how to use this word in your conversation.
Example 1.
I'm afraid I cannot join you on this trip. I've used up all my vacation days.
Example 2. I've taken 2 weeks off to take care of the baby. I don't have any vacation days left to attend my cousin's wedding. Example 3.
I keep my vacation days reserved for the year end to visit my hometown. Episode 17. Today's new word is the hassle. Let's find out what it means, and how to use this word in your daily conversation. So, What do you mean by the hassle? It is a very interesting word. Let's take an example here. If I say that I am going to save the hassle, it means I am going to save the problem or trouble. The hassle is like a problem, or you can say the hard work involved in doing something. In other words, it means a lot of trouble that annoys you, or a situation that causes a problem for you. Alright, now let's look at some examples sentences to understand the hassle more clearly and how to make use of it in your daily conversation.
Example 1.
I hope taking care of my dog while I'm away won't be too much of a hassle for you.
Example 2.
I'm going to save myself the hassle of going to the court, instead just pay the fine and get away.
Example 3.
My boss wants me to take over my co-worker's responsibilities on top of my own during her sick leave. It's going to be such a hassle. Episode 18. Today's new word is raise. Let's find out what it means and how to use this word in your daily conversation. The word raise is more heard in an office situation. For example, you are at your office, and you ask your boss, I want a raise. So, what does that mean? It basically means you want more money, or you can say you want an increase in your monthly salary. Well, in this case you are already working at the company, you already have a salary, and you want some more money each month. Alright, now let's make some sentences using the word raise.
Example 1.
She was so happy when she got the raise that she didn't stop smiling for a week.
Example 2.
Guess what? My boss just gave me a 30% raise.
Example 3.
Do you think we can afford to give a raise to all of our employees in this recession? Hello English learners, welcome to Daily Video Vocabulary, episode 19. Today's new phrase is, to go haywire. To go haywire. It's a very strange phrase. Let's find out what it means and how you can use this phrase in your daily conversation. To go haywire. So what do you mean by that? Let me give you an example. If you are to deliver a presentation at the office meeting, you might feel like things are going haywire when the presentation you made is got deleted, or the presentation file is not opening. To make last-minute corrections, things are going haywire. The phrase, to go haywire, means to become uncontrollable, or you can say, to stop working properly. A lot of things are going wrong, or there are many things that are going wrong. Usually you feel like things have gone haywire when you don't have a lot of control over them. The phrase haywire began to be used in the USA as a slang. At the turn of the 20th century, the wire that was used by many farmers to make their boundary fences, the wire rusted quickly, with the result that had an appearance of things being out of control. Hence originated the phrase, haywire, that is things being out of control. Alright, let's look at some example sentences on how to use this phrase in your daily conversation.
Example 1.
My CD player goes haywire every time my neighbor uses his cordless phone.
Example 2.
He arrived at work early, hoping to get a lot done, but within minutes things went haywire.
Example 3.
I was talking to Mary when suddenly the telephone went haywire.
Example 4.
I was driving to Pune when the car engine went haywire. It was 2 hours Before the mechanic came.
Episode 20. Today's new word is pep talk. So what do you mean by pep talk? Let's find out and learn how to use this word in your daily conversation. Pep talk. So when someone gives you a pep talk, it is to build you up, to help you accomplish something. For example, in sports a coach might give a player a pep talk before the game, to boost his confidence. Or, at work the boss might give you a pep talk, to get you to do a better job. Basically, pep talk means a short and encouraging speech that is meant to help people do something faster, better, or with more enthusiasm. Or you can say, a talk during which someone encourages you to do something better, or work harder. Now let's look at some example sentences, using the word pep talk.
Example 1.
Before every basketball game, the coach always gives his players a pep talk to help them win the game. In sport, pep talks are usually given just before a competition or during an interval in play. This may help some performers to reach an optimal level of performance.
Example 2.
Today's meeting about employee benefit plan pepped us up. Pep talk inspires individuals and organizations to positive actions for growth.
Example 3.
Rahul Gandhi gave a pep talk to new Congress youth activists and asked them to work hard for the uplift of the society. Episode 21. Today's new phrase is TGIF. Did you ever wondered what TGIF means? Let's find out what it means, and how to use this phrase in your daily conversation. So, what does TGIF mean? TGIF means, thank God, it's Friday. Or, thank goodness, it's Friday. TGIF is an acronym, abbreviation or slang word. A phrase used usually on Fridays, to show that one is happy that the weekend is coming. This slang is often used to express relief at the end of the work week. Now, let's listen to some example sentences on how to use this slang phrase in your daily conversation.
Example 1.
This week has been difficult, but this weekend should be a lot of fun. TGIF.
Example 2.
It's TGIF, and everyone is going to the hot new disco.
Example 3.
Thank God, it's Friday. We live for the weekends, we can go and do what we really want to do.